Francis Ngannou could punch through a brick wall, and Tyson Fury has got a granite chin. When these two giants clash, we're going to be able to answer the two questions. Was Tyson Fury able to stand up to the power of Francis Ngannou? And was Francis Ngannou able to handle the skill set that Tyson Fury brings to the ring? Man, this is like the biggest fight that you can imagine, and it just got signed. We are going to be able to see these two men clash October 28th in Saudi Arabia. Man, this is huge. After all the insults and all the back and forth is done and all the drama and this and that with Francis Ngannou and getting out of his contract with the UFC and how all that went, man, we are here. We are here, and we're going to be able to see these two men get down and throw hands, and it should be a phenomenal fight. Now, over the years, we've seen a few MMA guys try to transition over to boxing, and with some mixed results. Most recently, I say the biggest profile fight that we saw was Conor McGregor coming over and fighting Floyd Mayweather. We all know how that one went. But I think Francis Ngannou has a much higher probability of seeing success, or it's going to be a much easier transition than a lot of these other guys, right? Because if we're being honest with each other, he was primarily using boxing or being a boxer, so to speak, while he was over in MMA. Didn't even know how to wrestle all the way up to his first title fight against Stipe. Very, very little jiu-jitsu. I mean, I understand he got that one submission back in the past, but let's be honest. The man's not a jiu-jitsu practitioner. Didn't know how to wrestle. Very few, if any, kicks. Doesn't have a wrestling stance or a Muay Thai stance or anything like that. He's got a boxing-based stance. He's working with Dewey Cooper, a boxing coach who works with, world-class boxers. I mean, everything this man done has been based around his boxing and his hands, and it's because he's got this ridiculous power. And he's constantly refining what he does, right? Works the jabs better, goes to the body. His balance is better. But it's only so good, right? We see that he gets off balance a lot. We see that in the exchanges, he can get a little bit wild with his shots. He keeps his chin up, not very defensively responsible. How's he going to be able to pace himself over the course of 12 rounds? I mean, just a lot of questions that we got going into this one. But with that ridiculous power, I mean, this man, highlight reel knockouts, to say the least. What he brings to the table as far as that is legendary. Right, it's that type of power. It's the type of stuff that you're talking about decades later. Goes down in the history book. So as long as he's got that, which of course he does, he's always got a chance, and he's always in any fight. Now, standing across from him, we're looking at, in my opinion, the man who's the greatest heavyweight of his generation, Tyson Fury. He was able to go out there and he was able to solve the puzzle of two guys that nobody else could figure out up until that point: Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder. And speaking of Deontay Wilder, I actually think that that's going to be the fight that we look at, his fights against Deontay Wilder are going to be the ones that we look at the most in this. And it's because of the power that Deontay Wilder brought to the table. I mean, that dude, same type of thing, just absolutely ridiculous power. He's out there hitting people, flatlining them with shots that don't even look like they're that powerful. He looks like he's knocking guys into seizures sometimes and stuff. I mean, just ridiculous. Tyson Fury was able to get up every time. He caught Tyson Fury with some ferocious shots throughout the course of their 3 fights. Tyson Fury got up every time and knocked him out in the second and the third fight. Right? That's the type of stuff that Tyson Fury brings. The footwork, the combinations, the ring IQ, the mastery of the distance, the way that he's able to use the feints, the head movement that he has. All of that, the hand speed, the foot speed. And let's not forget, he can fight going backwards, and as we just saw over the course of his second and third fight with Deontay Wilder, he understands how to come forward and be aggressive and push a puncher back. Man, this is gonna be a phenomenal fight, for as long as it lasts, right? So those are the questions that we have going in. Is how's Francis Ngannou going to handle that pacing and the skill and everything that he brings? And is Tyson Fury, is it going to be too much wear and tear after all these shots that he's taken over the course of his career? He's been out of the ring for a while now. Is he going to be able to handle what Ngannou brings to the table? Because, I mean, look, I think, we got to ask, does Ngannou punch harder than Wilder? I think if you gave Wilder those little 4-ounce MMA gloves and you let him land the shots that Ngannou landed in the octagon, he's scoring those same knockouts. But if you give Ngannou the 10-ounce gloves and you put him in the ring, is he going to be able to score those same knockouts? Is he even going to be able to land those same type of shots? Because it's different. Those are fascinating questions that we're going to be able to see how this get answered now. As time goes on and we get closer to the fight and we're able to break down the film, it's going to get good. So let me know what you guys think. Are you as excited for this fight as I am? And how do you think this one's going to turn out? Let me know.